Your whole little bit of how terrible James and I are. Fucking asshole.
First of all,
I need to go to the Apple store right now. It's Christmas Eve. It's Garbage Pail Kid delivery day. I need to go get little Tommy Two-Tone or whatever the fuck it is.
Okay. Tap the brakes, Queenie. I would like the record to reflect. See, this is let's give the people a little bit of a backstory here. Here's a fancy new.
They're not sponsoring the podcast, so put it down.
Fancy new MacBook Pro.
Like they need it.
Yeah, right. Steve Jobs. Oh, wait, he's dead.
Dead.
Right?
Dead.
Well, and I apologize for my emphysematic Abe Vigoda cough. This is how I live now. You get to a point with sickness where you're like, well, this is just me.
Get to the first story.
Anyway, so this is a brand spanking new laptop because the last time we were all together, which was 2 days before Christmas, my laptop decided to shit the bed.
Right.
The day that we were doing, I've never felt such heat coming off a device before. It was so hot that basically it was like, I don't want to do it anymore. And that was my computer melting and dying.
Okay.
I was clearly very stressed as we were in the middle of podcasting. Or the beginning.
Yeah.
And all of my stuff was on it. So I'm freaking out.
That's why I have paper.
But here's the thing. When it comes to Christmas, and Jules and I, we, wrap our presents and we put them underneath the tree ahead of time. I may be that person that goes underneath the tree and looks at some things and shakes a couple things just to confirm.
What an asshole.
Because I need to make sure that we have the same amount of gifts. And that, I kind of size things up to make sure that,
Why do you have to shake it? There's only 2 of you that live here. You look under the tree and you're like, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm like,
okay,
well,
10.
that could be a computer or it could be a puzzle. They had the same size box.
Okay.
So I had been bitching in the weeks leading up to this that my computer was slowly dying. It was taking forever for it to boot up.
Sure.
It was, it was sluggish. It was a millennial.
Right.
And
I don't feel like turning on.
I don't want to work for you.
Control, Alt, delete this.
Just start me over again. Keep starting. So I had a weird feeling that maybe this had put something in his noggin of, I think that might be a very good Christmas gift. And it's a write-off.
What?
It's a business.
Who gives a shit? It's an expensive gift.
It is an expensive gift. Next year, Manolos. But anyway.
So instead of being surprised, you know what? I'm going to ruin the surprise.
No.
This gentleman has gone out of his way to get a perfect, expensive gift. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to rifle through my fucking tree, go underneath everything, and ruin the surprise.
It was wrapped. I didn't unwrap it and confirm that it was a computer. I just looked and basically sort of sized. I was like, I wonder if. And that was all it was. That's all. However, due to the terrible acting that happened on December 23rd in this house, it confirmed it 10 times over. Okay. So the computer dies. I come downstairs. I'm kind of stressed out. Kind of. And I go back upstairs and I'm trying to reboot my computer. I'm trying to, do damage control. I'm trying to, find articles and print things out. Well, the 2 of you guys suddenly show up there, frickin' frack, with your performance art, being like, hey, you shouldn't go to the Apple store today because it's before Christmas. And
Insta karma. Because that's not how it was.
That is exactly how it was. But
I'm just telling you. I'm telling you the truth.
Loud and clear. Because I had never said one thing about going to the Apple store.
You did.
I did not.
You absolutely did.
I did not, because I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have gone to the Apple store 2 days before Christmas.
You would have, because that's why we said it. I wouldn't have said, you should go to the Apple store, Erin, because you're like, I need to go to the Apple store because I need it for this and I need it for this. I need recipes. I need to conquer the world.
I wish your acting was that good that day, because what happened was I did not say this. I swear to God. Your Honor.
Oh, I wish we had the mic on, because you absolutely did.
I want to cut to the footage. Roll that beautiful bean footage. I said nothing about wanting to go to that store because I was so stressed just trying to get the information and trying to rewrite all of my everything that I wouldn't have said I need to go to the Apple store and get this fixed today.
No,
It died. No, what you said, sir. You come upstairs out of nowhere, which, by the way, when did you ever surface in a different room when you're here? All of a sudden, you're in the living room and you're like, hey, whatever you do, don't go to the Apple store today. It's going to be very hard to get anything done.
First of all, you have passed out with explosive diarrhea for hours. You've been sick as a dog. You basically are Deborah Winger in terms of endearment. How the hell do you recollect anything like that? Because the reason why James and I were upstairs, because it was at the end of podcasting when you were wetting yourself because you don't know how to regulate your body temperature. And you're like, you had mentioned maybe I should go to the Apple store to see if they can do something really quickly.
No, it was because of this.
And then James and I talked about something. I'm like, she shouldn't go to the Apple store. I'm like, that's gonna be nuts.
I heard you guys whispering
and
down
then
here.
And then he said, well, yeah, because I just bought her this computer. I'm like, oh, well, obviously she shouldn't go to the Apple store. So then later, when you're upstairs crying about something or you're on the verge of being sick, that's when I went upstairs and I said, you definitely shouldn't go there. I'm like, you're just going to stress yourself out because you were also traveling with all the baked goods that I brought. You're glossing over that part. And then it might have been a little bit of just like an aside of like, yeah, don't shit yourself trying to go there.
I was upstairs. I'm trying to reboot my computer, and because neither of you understand how to whisper, you only stage whisper.
This is at the
you
end
were down
of
here
podcast.
No, this was before.
No,
this is before. I heard. And I was like, he is telling him that there is a computer already on its way, like under the tree. And
So what you're saying right now is that you really didn't have an emergency because you're playing Angela Lansbury, Murder She Wrote, trying to figure out what Jim and I were
Absolutely. I had
and
a
also,
red
it's none
board.
of your fucking business what your husband and I do down here without our pants on.
But so I had a feeling, and the way I
It's
kind
his
of
house.
baited you. So after we're done podcasting, and you come upstairs, and the whole vaudeville performance begins of whatever you do, don't go to the Apple store. No, sir, it's before Christmas. Save yourself. Don't go anywhere. Keep the old computer for a while.
This is why
Take
people
a
don't
rest.
like you.
I was like, they're putting on a performance. Let me ask a baiting question. Because I'm very smart.
Are you?
Am I?
Jim?
And I was like, well, are you sure I shouldn't go today? Because I never said anything about going to the Apple store previous to that. I swear.
Why
swear.
else would we bring it up?
But that's why. That's why I couldn't understand. That's what I couldn't understand. Why you would bring it up.
You did bring it up. You have shit yourself for 48 hours straight and were unconscious.
You want to come back to that. I was completely within my right head.
Fuck you were. You weigh as much as current day Karen Carpenter.
Current day. She's cremated.
Well, there you go. You weigh as much as her ashes right now.
I'm just trying to get
so
back
you have
to my
shit
birth
yourself.
weight.
Success. Jesus Christ.
Basically, what I'm trying to say to you guys is that you're terrible actors, and you should find a new career path.
Luckily, I'm not on a podcast. Son of a bitch.
I want to welcome you all. I think
Fuck
I want to
you.
welcome the two of you. You know what? Here's the thing.
Do you like your computer, or does Jim need to run to the Apple store today, right before his matinee?
I love my new computer.
Ungrateful.
I give you guys grace.
This is why I don't date women. Jim.
This is why.
This is why.
Oh, my God. Well, thank God I'm pitching a new fever because